I recorded something that I was going to post up like yesterday that came to my mind. It pretty much I was listening to one of Attic and Forrest's old videos. It's titled Ashley Wells, a Demon, Sheep's Clothing or something like that. I was listening to it, and more so towards the end, he said something about babies, like we were born knowing how to talk. The language that we speak or whatever is the original language, and we're just taught English. And I thought to myself, and I was like, you know what, that makes sense. That's understandable. And to the average ear, it would seem too far-fetched. To the common ear, to everybody's ear, nobody would really try to think about it. I don't know about what language it's called, if it was like Hebrew, Israelite, and all that. I'm not going to say that I feel like that's the language. But I do 100% agree with we are born on how to talk. Just the title of it, I don't know. Like that's questionable. Because I'm starting to think to myself, like, at first I thought about something yesterday, and I was like, what if, like, we don't remember shit from when we was born, right? I'm thinking about how I started remembering certain stuff at a certain point, and I remember it so well, but it was just when I was born, I didn't remember it. So at first I thought to myself, and I said, okay, what if when we're born, we don't have a soul right away? What if when we're born that we, as a soul or whatever, to just find a body to go to, which is at a certain point in existence, and then that's the only reason why we remember things at that point, because that's when we was trying to attach and latch on to that body. And then I was like, well, nah, like, that's probably a little bit too far-fetched to thinking for myself, because I couldn't get the shit to add up. So then I was sitting and I was thinking, and I went back to being born on how to talk, and how we're taught this language. I know words are spelled out, which make words a spell. It doesn't matter what language it is on this planet. It's a spell. No one speaks the language that we know or that we're born to speak, right? We're all taught this bullshit. And I'm not a Bible believer, but I thought back to the Bible about how when they took the forbidden fruit, that they realized they were naked. They knew evil and everything, and now you marked for death. So I thought to myself, with that concept, that the forbidden fruit now is the foods that we eat when a mother, father, the world is now showing this child, like, oh, this is the language you say. That's not how you say this. That's not how you say that. You say it like this, and trying to teach you to properly say it. We're being fed this forbidden fruit, this forbidden language that we speaking. And because of that, now we come into sin. Now we are marked. Now we are remembering things now. You see what I'm saying? You only really remember shit after you learn to speak. You get it? I challenge anybody to tell me what they remember before they came into an understanding of language. And I thought to myself, and I said, okay, well, look, like, the thing is this. It's probably because babies ain't thinking about memorizing shit, right? They don't think about what I can remember. They just thinking about feed me. And I was like, well, nah, that's not true, because they do have an understanding of memory. They're studying you don't need language and words to really, yeah, we need communication, but a child doesn't read a book about how to walk and start learning how to walk. A child doesn't really read a book about words before they learn how to speak it and understand certain things. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, okay, that's bullshit, because they are memorizing. They do understand the technique of memorizing. We understand that when we're born. That's how we're able to quickly learn how to walk and everything. But don't you get it? Like, once we come into language and understanding and speaking and reading and eating and now, I'm this little kid. I love toys. I just want to play with this toy. Buy me this, buy me that. That's it. We learn how to walk and that's it. I believe in flying and things like that. I think that is a technique that should have been accomplished, but it's like we live our whole lives and we just learning what we know in here. You know what I'm saying? Will somebody fucking teach us or something like that? A religion, or this, or that. Like, that's what we learn, and we understand that so much to the point to where none of us on this planet can fly, because we're not meant to speak in this language and in these tongues that we speak in. You see what I'm saying? And that shit, like, I don't know, that's just something that's been dwelling with me now. Like, I think that's the whole concept of realizing that we naked. Now we then took these languages, these foods and everything. Now we're realizing, like, oh shit. As a baby, you ain't thinking about you naked. Think about it for a second, right? What newborn baby sits there and goes, I'm naked, I can't go out like this? A newborn baby, you can change their diaper in the fucking public eye with their little private parts out. You see what I'm saying? They don't got no shame or no guilt or nothing like that. But as an adult or as a person coming into knowing, you know what I'm saying, even as children, we understand that, I can't go out like this. This is an embarrassment. I'm embarrassed of myself. I'm ashamed of myself. That's the world that we live in. Only when it's sex is when people come together and go, okay, like, we can get naked and not be ashamed. But other than that, though, to just flash any type of private part in the public eye is considered shame. And I'm not sitting up there. I'm not saying this to say that I approve of some shit like a slut walk or a thought walk or, females out here just dressing a particular type of way. No, they don't get a pass for that shit, because they know that they're using their nakedness for wickedness. They know what they're using their body for. So they don't get a pass for that shit. But just in general, you know what I'm saying? Like, when I think about that concept and idea, again, I don't believe in the Bible. I don't take that shit literal. I think that it's a metaphor for something, but I don't take it for what it literally is. You're not about to see me praying to none of these things or, saying none of that. I believe in me. I'm trying to find me. I'm trying to find my higher self, not none of this shit that everybody else talking about. Because I don't think we're supposed to. That's another reason why no religious person can even transcend to fly or do anything amazing. They're still on a fucking basic human level. The most they can do is walk and jump. That's it. Just like as a kid, like, you know what I'm saying? I think that's what jumping is. I think jumping is supposed to be how you start to fly, but because we know evil, all we can do is just jump and that's it. We can't even really fly like we're supposed to, But I didn't mean to drag this video on too long. I don't mean to do shit that's over too lengthy of a time. But no, I just challenge anybody to leave in the comment section whatever, anything you remember before you came into language. What do you remember? That right there is showing that we've been stripped away from who we really are. And my whole thing is I'm trying to get back to it by viewing this world as an illusion, as bullshit. Fuck this language, fuck these prayers and stuff, because if that's the case, you can't pray to nobody or give thanks to nobody because you don't know the real name anymore. So it's all bullshit.